Imagine this. You're at a family holiday party. Everyone's drunk. The laughter's loud, and then your father-in-law walks up, laughs in your face, and punches you below the belt. Not hard enough to send you to the hospital, but hard enough to drop you to your knees in front of everyone. And here's the kicker. He thinks it's funny. That night, I didn't fight back. I didn't yell. I didn't make a scene. But in the back of my mind, I made a promise. I will get even. And when I finally did, oh, it was beautiful. If you've ever dreamed of serving cold, calculated justice to someone who disrespected you, hit that like button right now. Subscribe for more of the best Reddit revenge stories. And get ready, because this one takes patience, creativity, and just the right amount of pettiness. December 2021, Philadelphia. My wife's entire family had gathered for the holidays. The house smelled of pine needles and cinnamon candles. People were laughing too loud, glasses were clinking, and the kind of chaos only alcohol can bring was in full swing. Now here's the thing about me. Whenever I'm with my in-laws, I don't drink. Why? Because someone has to be the designated driver, and Philly traffic at night isn't exactly forgiving. So while everyone else was buzzing and giggling, I was stone cold sober, just observing. I've always had a good relationship with my father-in-law. He and I share hobbies, we watch the same shows, we hang out. Honestly, he's one of the coolest in-laws you could ask for. Or at least, I thought so. That night I was playfully teasing my wife. Nothing serious, just joking about something dumb in one of the video games we both play. I was in full husband troll mode, throwing out little comments just to make her roll her eyes and argue back. Her sister jumped in too, and before long it turned into this silly, competitive back and forth. Then out of nowhere, bam! Her father, drunk out of his mind, swaggered over, chuckling. He looked at my wife and said, "Here's how you deal with your husband." And before I could even react, his fist shot forward. Not into my arm, not into my shoulder, right below the belt. It wasn't full force, thank God. But any guy listening right now knows. Even a light punch there feels like your soul is trying to crawl out of your body. Instantly my knees buckled. My breath caught in my chest. That searing pain radiated through my gut. And all I could think was, did this man really just do that? Everyone laughed. He laughed. My wife was mortified, but her dad thought it was hilarious. And me? I forced a smile, waved it off, and tried to swallow the humiliation. But inside, oh, I was fuming. Later that night, when the buzz wore off just a little, he stumbled over and said, "Hey, you can hit me back if you want. Fair's fair." I shook my head. "Nah, I'm good." But what I didn't say was, "I'll get you back on my own terms. And when I do, you won't see it coming." That was the exact moment the seed was planted. Fast forward a month, January rolls into February, and the gaming world is buzzing. Pokémon Legends Arceus has just dropped. Now I've been a lifelong Pokémon nerd. I don't just play the games, I live them. While most people are casually catching Pikachus and grinding through storylines, I'm deep in the weeds, hunting shiny Pokémon, studying mechanics, pushing every corner of the game. And wouldn't you know it, my father-in-law, my wife, her sister, pretty much the whole family got the game too. Suddenly, family gatherings turned into gaming marathons, and while they were still fumbling with tutorials, I was racing ahead, beating the story in record time. That's when I stumbled across something unusual. See, I'd caught a shiny Giratina years earlier. If you're not familiar, Giratina is one of the legendary Pokémon. Shiny means it's ultra rare, like a diamond in a pile of rocks. And when I used its move, Shadow Sneak, something strange happened. The entire Switch console crashed. Not just the game, the whole system froze, forcing me to manually shut it down. I tested it again. Same thing, and again. It was a glitch. One so rare nobody was really talking about it yet. And as soon as I confirmed it worked, my brain lit up. This is how I get him back. Weeks later, we were all hanging out at my sister-in-law's house. Switches in hand, trading Pokémon and battling. I played it cool. Pretended I just had tons of shinies lying around, because I'd been hunting for years. "Hey," I said casually, "I've got some extras if you guys want." I traded a couple away, nothing too suspicious. Then I looked straight at my father-in-law. "You know what you'd love? A shiny Giratina." His eyes lit up. He's a sucker for legendary Pokémon. "No way, you're serious?" "Yeah, man, I've got one. You want it?" He was practically bouncing like a kid on Christmas morning. We traded. He thanked me. Everyone thought it was a generous move. Meanwhile, I knew I'd just handed him a ticking time bomb. Here's the thing about revenge. The best kind isn't instant. It's slow, subtle, almost forgettable. I didn't remind him. I didn't hint. Honestly, I almost forgot myself. Life went on. Months passed. And then one day the payoff came. We're hanging out again, months later, and my father-in-law starts groaning about his Switch. This stupid thing keeps crashing. I've reinstalled the game, updated everything, even deleted other stuff, but it just keeps freezing every time I play Arceus. I raised an eyebrow. Oh yeah? That's weird. When exactly does it crash? He explained how it would happen randomly during battles, how he'd lose progress, how frustrating it was. He'd wasted hours trying to fix it. And that's when I leaned back, smirked, and said, "Hey, does it happen when you use Shadow Sneak with that Giratina I gave you?" Silence. His face froze. He put two and two together instantly. I didn't even give him time to ask. I leaned in and whispered, "That's for punching me in the duck last December." For a moment, he just stared at me, eyes wide. Then he burst into laughter. He slapped his knee, wheezing. "Oh my God. I wasted so much time on that thing. You son of a—" He couldn't stop laughing. The whole family joined in. Even he admitted it was brilliant. In his words, I respect the long con. And you know what? That respect tasted sweeter than any punch I could have landed that night. A few days later, he sent me a text with a screenshot. Articles were popping up online about the shiny Giratina crash glitch. It had finally gone public. "Guess I'm not the only victim," he wrote, laughing. At that point, it wasn't just revenge. It was a shared joke. Something the whole family could laugh about. And every time I see him now, there's this unspoken acknowledgement. Don't mess with me. I play the long game. The satisfaction didn't come from yelling, or from hitting him back. It came from watching him realize months later that I had bricked hours of his gameplay, that I had engineered every crash, every wasted moment with a single shiny Pokémon. And when he laughed, when he admitted defeat, it was pure validation. Sweet, sweet justice. Sometimes revenge doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need to be instant. The best kind of justice is the one that waits, that builds, that catches them completely off guard when they've forgotten the crime. And let me tell you, when that moment comes, it's worth every second. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell me in the comments, what's the most creative revenge you've ever seen or pulled off? And don't forget to subscribe, because trust me, I've got plenty more stories where this one came from.